CharlieWoods' climb up the junior rankings was sudden and dramatic, pushing him straight into discussions about the game's most elite future tournaments. For most young players, that kind of leap would redefine their entire path. For Tiger Woods' son, it meant finally stepping into a glare that had followed him from the moment he first swung a club. Tournament organizers quickly took notice. Invitations to top-tier junior events began arriving, and fans everywhere started wondering what this rise could lead to next. But the true impact went far beyond statistics or trophies. The environment itself had changed. Spectators tracked his every shot. Reporters crowded in search of comments. Even competitors could feel the shift when he was in the field. In a single weekend, Charlie didn't just secure a win. He altered the conversation. For years, people asked whether he could ever step out from beneath his father's legacy. After this performance, that question no longer needed asking. Before the excitement had time to fade, another perspective entered the spotlight. And it came from one of the most respected voices in golf history. Jack Nicklaus, the Golden Bear, a man deeply familiar with greatness and public scrutiny, chose not to simply celebrate. Instead, he offered a note of caution. His message wasn't rooted in skepticism or negativity. It came from decades spent watching how fame, pressure, and expectation can shape or derail a career. Nicklaus warned that the road ahead would be difficult, and not just because of competition. He was referring to challenges that never appear on a scorecard. For children of legendary athletes, success is rarely just about talent. It involves living with constant comparisons, overwhelming expectations, and a tension that never truly fades. Nicklaus has seen how these forces can overwhelm even the most gifted players when they arrive too early. His concern was not theoretical. It was personal. Years ago, his own son Gary found himself thrust into the national spotlight at just 16 years old. A Sports Illustrated cover labeled him the next Nicklaus, a title that carried enormous weight. Rather than igniting a storied career, that moment marked the beginning of a difficult chapter. The relentless focus, non-stop evaluation, and pressure surrounding every swing became unbearable. Eventually, Gary stepped away from elite competition altogether. It served as a powerful reminder that raw ability alone cannot shield someone from the burden of expectation. That history is why Nicklaus views Charlie's breakthrough as both exciting and risky. The win highlights his promise. The attention exposes a challenge waiting ahead. In today's world, where social media magnifies every success and every mistake, the intensity is far greater than anything previous generations faced. Charlie's ascent is real, but so is the spotlight now locked onto him. Nicklaus' words function as both advice and protection, a reminder that greatness requires more than skill. It demands mental strength. In golf, pressure often hides beneath the surface. For CharlieWoods, it's impossible to miss. Every shot he hits is recorded, analyzed, and inevitably compared to one of the greatest players the sport has ever known, his father. Most junior golfers perform in front of family and a few supporters. Charlie competes under rows of cameras, journalists, and fans eager to decide whether he is the next Tiger Woods. That expectation doesn't trail behind him. It surrounds him. The modern era only intensifies the challenge. When Gary Nicklaus faced similar pressure decades ago, the media cycle slowed between tournaments. There were gaps, pauses, and time to reset. Today, coverage never stops. Social platforms push highlights and criticism instantly to millions. A single great shot can circle the globe within minutes. A poor performance can do the same. Development no longer happens quietly. There is no place to hide. Nicklaus himself has acknowledged that this landscape is entirely different. He openly praises Charlie's smooth swing and calm demeanor, but he also questions whether any teenager can fully understand what lies ahead. The challenge now extends well beyond shot making. It involves surviving constant judgment, endless comparisons, and expectations that never sleep. The mental side of the game no longer ends when the round is over. There's an irony at play. Every victory makes the task harder. Wins bring headlines. Headlines bring scrutiny. Scrutiny creates pressure. How that cycle is managed determines whether it becomes fuel or exhaustion. For Charlie, refining his skills will only address half the challenge. The rest will come from building the emotional strength to carry the Woods name without being crushed by it. For those who have walked this road before, that may be the hardest test of all. For Tiger Woods, the situation goes far beyond trophies. This isn't just about developing a champion. It's about guiding his son. He understands better than anyone how ruthless the golf world can be, how quickly praise turns to criticism, and how the sport can consume a life. That's why his message has remained steady, even after victories. Let Charlie grow at his own pace. Winning matters, but passion for the game matters more. Tiger's role now requires careful balance. He offers unmatched experience as a mentor, while also acting as a father who knows the dangers of pushing too fast. Instead of entering every possible event, he selectively chooses tournaments, weighing competitive value against rest and long-term development. The focus isn't immediate results. It's sustainability. Part of that approach involves limiting distractions. While attention can't be eliminated, its intensity can be managed. Media access is controlled. Interviews are selective. The emphasis remains on preparation and improvement, not exposure. Protecting Charlie from burnout is just as important as helping him lower his scores. At the center of it all is the bond between father and son. They've shared fairways since Charlie was old enough to hold a club. They've faced pressure together for years. But as Charlie steps into elite competition on his own, Tiger's role is evolving. He's no longer guiding every step, but allowing his son to lead. It's a transition filled with pride, caution, and hope that the lessons Tiger learned through triumph and struggle will help Charlie shape his own path. The trophy may already be secured, but the true journey is only beginning. This one has opened doors quickly. Invitations to top junior tournaments are arriving, offering chances to compete against the best young golfers worldwide. Each event presents opportunity, but also exposure. Every round adds to his growing reputation or challenges him to defend it. The future holds exciting possibilities: national team selections, elite amateur championships, and even early brushes with professional-level competition. But each new level brings higher pressure, stronger opponents, and sharper scrutiny. Margins grow thinner, and mental toughness becomes just as critical as physical ability. Staying grounded will be the ultimate challenge. Rising fast is one thing. Staying balanced under constant attention is another. Media noise, public expectations, and personal drive have derailed many gifted athletes before. This victory marked the breakthrough. From the opening round, Charlie's performance stood out. His play was controlled, confident, and aggressive when it needed to be. The rhythm of his swing reminded fans of Tiger's prime years, yet his approach carried its own identity. He capitalized on scoring chances, remained composed through adversity, and finished with authority well under par. This wasn't a narrow escape. It was a declaration. Winning by several shots against one of the strongest junior fields in the country sent a clear signal. CharlieWoods isn't here to simply participate. He's here to compete at the highest level. The response was immediate. His rankings surged, placing him firmly among the sport's most talked about young talents and into consideration for prestigious upcoming events. For any teenager, that kind of movement would be life-changing. For Tiger Woods' son, it meant finally entering a spotlight that had been waiting for years. Tournament officials responded. Invitations to elite championships followed. Fans speculated about what might come next. Yet beyond rankings and results, the real story remained the atmosphere. Galleries trailed him hole by hole. Media surrounded him for reactions. Other players felt the shift when he was nearby. In a single weekend, Charlie didn't just capture a title. He reshaped the narrative. For years, people wondered if he could escape his father's shadow. After this performance, the golf world had its answer. And just as the celebration settled, one final voice re-entered the discussion: Jack Nicklaus, the Golden Bear himself.